Hello. Welcome to Stamping A to Z. I'm Linda Gibbs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada, Edmonton, Alberta, to be more precise. I just realized I forgot to turn on my lights. Let's see if I can do... Oh, it's not liking me. Come on, baby. Oh, geez. I don't know. I'll have to try and do it once I flip it around. Yeah, welcome. If you are new to this channel, video, Facebook group, welcome. Let me know if you are watching. Let me know where you're watching from, if it's your first time. Stamping A to Z is a free tutorial / inspiration, hopefully, on different things, all things Stampin' Up! We have a bunch of sales going on, and so I thought I would take the opportunity to show you some of the kits we have since they're on sale right now. They're up to 30% off. We also have a demonstrator starter kit, hi Linda, that is a really good deal. We have a stamp sale that's ending today. It was a 3-day stamp sale, so all the stamps in the annual catalog are 15% off, so make sure you take advantage of that. If you also sign up for the starter kit, you get that 15% off on top of all the extras that you're getting for free. So it's a good time to get a great deal. I also have a Christmas card crank class coming up in November. Registration closes soon. Yeah, I just realized I was planning my class, so I have that as my, you would have seen it had I flipped it over. Yeah, so today I'm gonna show you a bunch of the kits that are available, just so you can kind of see them up close and personal. I'm just gonna go through them super quick, and then I'm going to use one of the kits, and I'm gonna show you how to just make it go even further. So most kits you can make 8, sometimes 9 cards and envelopes. I mean, you do need a couple extra supplies, but very little. We have kits that have stamps. We have kits that have no stamps. We have home decor kind of stuff, and it's all on sale right now. So I'm just going to show you some of it, and then I will show you one specific kit and how to make the most of it, which you can apply to any kit, even paper pumpkin, whatever. So let me flip you around and we will get started. Before I flip you around, I spent the last hour trying to figure out, so right now I'm pretty darn zoomed in, but as soon as I flip the camera, it zooms out so far. Like, if you knew, my camera is less than 12 inches from my desktop, but it'll look way further than that. You will see. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out how to change that, and I had downloaded software to make it a webcam, and then I could actually control it, but that was just too much. So see how it looks so super far? I gotta love technology. I am not techie at all. Make sure my volume is off here before I turn that. Oops. And then I'm gonna, oh, there we go. Okay, now we can, it's perfect. Oh, you don't find it's too zoomed out? See, I find it used to be that I like it to just be on here, so you're not seeing all my mess. That's part of it. But I also feel like when I'm doing cards, like, I guess you can see this, but these are pretty big writing. I find when I'm doing cards, maybe it's too far, but maybe not. Maybe I just need a bigger glass. Anyways, so kits collections up to 30% off. The starter kit special is, so it's the usual $135, which it always costs, but normally you only get $165 worth of product. This month you get $206 worth of product, so an extra $41 on top of the already $30. So you're getting $71 for free. plus you're getting free shipping. Plus, if you live in Alberta, you have no tax. If you live in other provinces, you would get the extra tax on top of the GST. But you know, shipping alone is about 11%. So you're saving that. You're saving about $11. I don't know if they count it as 200, you're saving $20. You're saving a ton of money. Anyways, if you are thinking about joining, make sure you get on that. That's for the whole month of October. Our stamp sale, that ends today. So it was from the 7th to the 9th. And all the stamps in the annual catalog, not in our mini catalog, but in the annual catalog, are 15% off. And then we have the hang and ornament card crank card crank class that's coming up. Oy vey's. Okay, let's get to the fun part. Okay, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to show. See, this is good as zoomed out, or I'd be having troubles. This is one of the kits that's available. I believe it is one of the larger discounts because it's been out for quite a while. You can, mine is fairly faded. I've had it for a couple years. There's a paper in behind. It comes with like green, black, white, pink, gray. So you can kind of change it to suit your decor. I kind of went with the grays and the pinks, and then it's got stickers you can add, and you can just use it as a memory, like an organizational thing, or to put memories. You could put pictures, whatever you want. It hangs. I just have it on my shelf, but when it was in my other craft room, it was in the full sun, so it got pretty faded. All right, my only complaint, I need to label my kits because they don't have a label once you take off the plastic. So this is the robots. Hang on, let me make sure I'm telling you the right name. Robot Buddies card kit. It is normally $32 and it is on for $22.40. So great deal. It comes with your envelopes and 3 different cards. So this one makes 9. It comes with a block if you don't have blocks. So if you're a new crafter, it is perfect. It has everything you need except maybe a pair of scissors. It comes with your adhesive. It comes with an ink block that you need for the stamps, which are super cute. I think these are googly eyes. They are. All the other kits are open. I don't want to, it'll take way too much time if I go through them all. But this one has stickers and all sorts of stuff. So if you've got kids that you want to make cards for, or just even more masculine, like I could totally use this for my boys. Anyways, so that one's stealing the deal. Next, we've got, what do we got? Oh, this is this one's been around for a really long time. I've had this forever and ever. It is called the Sentimental Rose, and it is normally $30 and it is on for $21. So again, this is a really good one because it has your birthday, thinking of you, thank you, congratulations, Mother's Day, best wishes. So it's got really good greetings. I don't know if you can see that better. And a beautiful rose. And then you've got your embellishments and all your, you've got your block. I've made, I think I actually gave away one of the cards already. But lots of pieces and parts. You can see these are the cards. So again, it makes 9 cards, and it actually comes with a box. I don't know if I still have it or if, oh yeah. So it has an acetate box. It has a film on it, so it looks a little dirty right now. You peel the film off, make the box, and you can put your cards inside to give as a gift. So that's a really good one. And again, if you have other supplies, you can totally change it up. I will show you with the one I'm going to do how you can totally expand and change up your kit to suit whatever you want. This is an awesome one. If I bought 3 of these, and I'm hoping to get off my butt. I was going to do them last year and I didn't have time. They are not, I wouldn't say, it's a rustic Christmas countdown kit. So they're envelopes that you can put stuff in. They're perfect size for gift cards. You can hand, I wanted to make these for my kids, and I was gonna put them on a little tree. I don't know if I'll do a tree. We'll see. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna hang them, but I actually originally thought about it because my one son is away at university, and I thought, ooh, I could send in a little box a bunch of envelopes. It's much easier to make that as a advent calendar instead of a calendar, and then I could put gift cards, maybe some money, maybe I thought I would put little notes in some of them. So I'm hoping to get those done. But again, if you don't want this as a countdown kit, you could also make beautiful cards just with all the pieces and parts. This one is, I didn't write it down. I didn't write it down. It is on sale. I'm not sure what the price is. I think the most expensive ones are $34, and they're at least a few dollars. I don't know. You'll have to look on the kits on my store. And I just realized I don't have my because I had it in I was away and I didn't. Hang on, let me see if I have it here. Nope, that's September. I sworn I had made in October. Oh. And my puppy thinks it's time to go because I was up. No, not done yet. All right, I don't have it. I'll have to put the hose code up. Can't read the fine print. Yeah. Okay, this one is By Your Side Kit. This one's super cute. I did notice last night that it was unavailable. I don't know if it's back in stock or, but it is so cute. By Your Side Kit is, so this one was originally 30 and it was 27, so it must be a popular one. Or the newer ones are less discounted than the older ones. 2, 4, 6. So this one is an 8-card one with all the little puppies and cats. So it is a very cute one with the paw prints. Had to have that. I actually, I'm thinking of turning this into a puppy scrapbook book in memory of our pup that passed in the spring. This is one of the new ones. It is called the Scenic Route Travel Journal Kit. I showed it quickly when I did a pre-order unboxing. This one is 27 instead of 30. So again, it is new. So there's a ton of stickers with letters, so you can pretty much do any title you would want depending where you've traveled or what, if you want to do a date or month or whatever. So this is one that's not necessarily a card kit, but it's a journal. So you could have, like, look at the amount. There's actually more here that I am not even showing, but there's like stickers galore and pop outs and all the pieces and parts. And then there's the cute book, and you string all the pages through these elastic pieces. So super cute, fun kit to play with. So if you haven't tried our kits, now is the time to try them while they are 15% off, because that basically gets you free shipping and then some. This is another older one. I made this, I think, on one of my lives. It is called Love This Memory Notebook Kit, and it is So instead of $34, it's $23.80. So it's over $10 off. And this one has, so this one, the booklet is already made. And then it comes with a bunch of kind of cards and stickers. It comes with 2 ink spots, your block as usual, a whole bunch of fun stamps, some tear and tape, some silver foil kind of washi tape. So lots of pieces and parts, and you can just create a way to whatever your heart desires. All right, this last one is the one I'm going to be showing you how to make the most of it. It is called, oh, of course I buried it. It is the, I can't even take this stuff out. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm losing the string. It's way at the bottom. I left it at the bottom. Silly me. Okay. Here we go. Because I don't want to, I have some extra pieces and parts that I was saving. So this one is the Forever Friends kit. It is normally $29 and it is on sale for $23.20. And this is a super pretty kit with the foiling. So all the envelopes has this pretty old olive kind of foiling. It's plain white on the inside. And then it has a bunch of, there's strips, foam strips to pop up the pieces. And it comes with a Night of Navy spot, a block again. I use my Stampin' Up! Blocks just because they're more ergonomic. They've got the more of an ergonomic hold. So if you have blocks, you might want, but if I am traveling, I usually take these because they pretty much fit almost all the stamps unless you need a really big one. It comes with these pieces and parts. It came with 4 of each. Of course, I've already used 1 of each. Now, so technically this kit makes 8 cards. I've taken 1 of each of these and I've already made 4 cards. So if you follow what I have started, you could actually make 16 cards total instead of 8. So you can double your cards. All you need is a bit of basic white. I use the thick white cardstock and a few other pieces of cardstock if you want. You could make it work with just white also. You will see. Okay. And then, oh, it also has, so it has the stamp set, which my stamps are all missing. I don't know. Can you see that? So it's got the flowers, the leaves, and the more flowers that match with these. This is actually a really cool set. I hadn't noticed it until I think I saw someone else making something and was like, oh, I didn't realize, because the part I don't like, I don't love with some of the kits is there's no stamp, the only stamping you do is like a sentiment, or like it's just very little and you don't feel like you're doing a lot. This one, you can feel like you're doing a whole lot more and you don't need a lot. You might need some coloring pencils, markers, whatever. But again, you don't need it, but if you add it to it, then you can, sky's the limits, right? Just however creative you can get. It also comes with some Calypso Coral twine. So, oh, and I forgot to show you the card backs. The card backs, as you can see, I've already cut some of them. Let's move this out of the way. So there's 4 of these, half shiny, half not. So I've got 2 full ones still. I've got 1 and then I've got a cut up one. And then I still have 3 of, they call this, I think these dots, I don't know if you can see the dots. The dots are Daffodil Delight, and I just realized I never turned on the lights, and I don't know why it's not turning on. Is it too dark or is it okay? Maybe I'll just open my blinds here. It just looks dark in my phone, but it looks really bright on my computer. So I'm not sure which way we're going with this. Anyways, so the dots, I believe, are the Daffodil Delight color. This yellow, I tried to match it with Lemon Lolly, and it wasn't quite there. It was a little too, like, it's almost like a, I don't know, I really like the yellow, but I couldn't, because I thought about putting a different yellow background with it, or, well, you'll see. And Daffodil Delight to me was just too dark, maybe with the polka dots, but anyways, that's why I went with the white. And everybody usually has white. It's a good staple to, you know, if you've got a limited budget and a limited collection of craft supplies, white is pretty easy to have on hand because you can use it with anything. So then all I added, I will show you here. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, so I've got an additional 4 basic white, thick white card bases. I've cut out petal pink and basic white from the, where did I put them now? They're high out here. From the Nested Essential Dies, so that's these ones. And then, but again, you could just cut out rectangles. You know, you don't have to get, it's only if you have, that's why whenever there's shapes dies, if you have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I highly recommend investing in some shapes, because you can, you know, you can use them with anything. So it's nice to have, like, this is a good staple. The deckled rectangles are a good staple. Any of the shapes kind of stuff is good. So also with the deckled rectangles, I cut out a piece of basic black and again another piece of white. So if you did not have, say, black cardstock, you could just use the white piece, you will see, or you could take white and you could color it, right? You could blender brush it with black ink. You could, you know, you could just do the edge with a colored pencil or marker or whatever you have. So then I also took a piece of Mossy Meadow that kind of goes really well with the Old Olive, because I wanted my piece to pop. And then I have a strip of Calypso Coral, which matches with our twine. So I kind of kept it all within the family of the colors that they've kind of put into the set. If you're ever looking to know what the coordinating colors are, it always lists it on the back of the instructions. So Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Night of Navy, Old Olive, and Petal Pink. And then I don't know if you've noticed, this is what I hadn't noticed. So you've got these two pieces, and here they don't have an outline. They're kind of plain, kind of blah. And then if you look at the instructions, you'll notice that they both have outlines. So you actually get to stamp the flower, the leaves, and the flowers to create outlines if you want. You don't have to, but you can. So let's get started. First, I forgot to score money. I find I don't usually score my cardstock when it's just colored cardstock, but I find the thick one, it just needs, because it's just that extra thickness, it just needs that kind of initial scoring to help it. Otherwise, sometimes it cracks. Sometimes it just doesn't go where I want it to, so it's just easier to score it. Especially if you know that you're making your cards this way versus another way. If you're trying to do a fancy fold or something, obviously you wouldn't score it down the middle first because you might not want it scored in the middle. So we got those four. Oh, before I put that away, I'm going to, so you notice this is a partial card, and the way I've done this one card, we'll actually be able to get more than 16 cards because we're still going to have this background. And this is where, say, if you don't have Mossy Meadow or Old Olive, you could use this background because technically we're not using this background for our 16 cards. So you can make it work without even having that many supplies. I'm cutting it at 2. I cut my first strip at 2. I'm cutting this one at 2. So you can see I have a little bit extra. So you could even, actually maybe I'll do that after. This is a whole other card you could make. See, you didn't need this piece. You can add a piece of white here and have this nice strip and do something. Or you can, I'm saving that for later. Because right now we're using this one. I'm gonna make the 4 that I've already made. So I'll have a total of 8, and you could repeat it because you'll still have 2 more of each cardstock. But for now, I need this one, right? Yes. Okay, I'm going to cut, there should be, so if you're wondering why I only used the one of this, it's because I've already used 2 of these. No. Yes. And what I did was I cut it down the middle. I put them together and I sliced through both of them. So one card has the top. Oh, this is just one. This is just one card. Sorry, this isn't 2. I put a half of the shiny on one card and a half of the back. So you're turning that into 2 whole cards, but still having 2 shinies on your card, which is kind of like where we're using a strip on our card, but we can get 2 strips out of a card and we can make 2 cards again. Then we're going to take our yellow one here and we're going to go at 4 1/4, which is exactly half. And slice that in half because we're going to use each of those halves. So now we've got kind of 4, we need 1 of each of these. So I'm going to have 2 left of each of these that I'm going to set aside to make more cards. We'll move our stamp set out of the way here. And then we've got some labels and some more. I'm going to need 1 of these. So we still have 2 left for 2 more cards, and I think we need 1 of these. 1 of these. Okay, and then so we've got all of our card bases, which I'm going to fold here. Actually, I'll fold them as I need them. Let's just set them over here. Let's start by stamping our 2 cards. So we've got the flower, the leaves, and the little flowers. And we obviously are supposed to use Night of Navy because that's what they provided in the kit. I prefer to use my big one. It's faster, especially on a video. But it's totally, I travel with the Stampin' Spots and that's what I use if I'm not doing a lot of something. So then it has kind of like a wider space, so it's pretty easy to line up. I'm just gonna try and stand here, and it does not have to be perfect. Like here I'm off, but that's okay. It just adds a bit of interest to your flower. See, that one was better. But again, like I said, it's kind of hard to line up. I'm gonna do that one last because I'm gonna have to wipe it. Which way does this go here? Like that? Or like, I think it's this way. And then maybe like this. And a little, I don't know which one this is. We'll go with this one. And maybe that one. And then I think this way. I'm kind of, wherever there's, like if this one has 2 points, so it's most likely this one with the 2 points, whereas the other ones have kind of a uneven kind of zone there, so it's easy to distinguish what's what. You're not going to be spinning round and round. Oh, that's not enough. I finally have baby wipes. Yay me. They were on sale to boot. I finally remembered to buy them and they were on sale. It's a great day. Okay, so then you can come in and do the leaves. Again, they do not need to be exact. You don't even have to, you know, if you're not comfortable, say you're a new stamper, you don't feel like you feel confident in stamping on there, then don't stamp on it. It looks good either way. I just find it adds some, it makes me feel like I had a hand in making the background. I really like making backgrounds. And so I think for me, feeling like I've actually participated in making it makes me feel a little more productive. I don't know what it is. Something about it. I'm tempted to leave these without the outline. I don't think I did the outline on my other card. I think I'm going to leave it. I don't know if they did on the... They didn't. So on the instructions they didn't, and I feel like it's going to get too busy if I add it on there. But I am going to add it on this one because there's fewer. It's not such a busy pattern. So I feel like it can handle it. You kind of lose a lot of the yellow, but you can still see it through. So there's that one. And then we're going to do the leaves again. What do you think? Are you guys kit fans? The kits, I feel like have come a long ways since when they started. Both the paper pumpkin and the kits have really come leaps and bounds. Okay, so this one, it has totally changed its look. Let me show you side by side so you can see the looks of each of these. So this is before stamping and this is with stamping. I'm curious, which do you like better? And then this one One is a much softer look, I feel like, and then this one is more bold. It makes it look more bold. Do you have a preference? Okay, then I need to stamp these ones. I may as well do all my stamping, and then I can put everything together. So I've got on my blocks, one is sending lots of hugs. Once again, use my Night of Navy, so you don't need a lot, you know, you don't even need any ink if you don't, just whatever comes in the package, that's what you can use. Sending lots of hugs. And then this one is Forever Friends. So this one I find, if you want, you know, birthday or more specific, the sentiments are kind of lacking, although there's good sentiments to stamp on the inside even. So there's also, I'm always here for you no matter what. You can do hard things. Nobody gets me like you get me. So, you know, Forever Friends, I'm always, you could stamp these on the inside or you could use them on the outside, depending on the purpose, if you have a purpose for your card or if you're just making these cards as a gift for someone. And that's the thing, like you can take your kit, turn it into 16 cards, break it up into packs of 4 and give them as gifts with a card to a friend. They make good thank yous, good birthday, whatever. It's easy to do. All right, so that stamping is done. I'll make these 2 cards using this part, and then the 2 cards that are kind of added on, I want to say, I will do after. I need to cut this one down though, and it's a little bit of a pain because it's kind of centered, so I'm only cutting an 1/8 of an inch on each side to then total 1/4 of an inch. So you need a good trimmer that is good for, I find this trimmer is great when you have those little cuts to do. Okay, so I've basically taken 1/4 of an inch off all sides. And then I'm going to take my piece of Mossy Meadow, which is 4 1/4 by 3. And then this is going to fit. Oh, you know what? See, I cut this on my big cutter, and the 4 1/4, because you can't read it. It always ends up cutting too much because it's not long enough to hit the line. I mean, if you have a big enough piece of paper, it's fine, but there always seems to be one measurement that is slightly off. So then I come back to my other trimmer. There, that's better. So then you can take either your Stampin' Seal or your liquid glue, whatever your preference is. I tend to use glue a lot more than I used to. I find it gives me, it's easier to position things. You've got time. And I just feel like I run out of this all the time. I don't know what it is. Okay, so then I've got these pieces. I'm going to take my thick white. Flatten that nicely, and I'm going to turn my card this way. And you can decide if you want the shiny side on this side, or you can put the shiny side on the other side. I think mine was on the other side because originally I was thinking of going this way, and you can go this way because this piece can go sideways, or you know what, maybe I will do it this way. Yeah, I will do it this way, and my other one is landscape, so this one will be portrait. And so this one I'm going to use my glue, because especially on the 1A, it's easier to get into the corner when you have like a sharp edge like this, but also when I go to line up my other piece, it'll give me that wiggle. See, I can push it down and make sure it's kind of even on all sides. And then if I can get right into the corner, whereas if you're using your Stampin' Seal, it's a little more difficult to get to the corner. And the last thing you need is your corner getting caught and being pulled up as you go. So then I'm just sliding it in. And then I want to make sure it's even there. And then I've got a nice angle there. I don't know if this really makes a difference. I'm gonna pop this up so you can take the foam strips. Now, these strips would be great to keep if you have other supplies to use to make shaker cards. So I actually contemplated making a shaker card because these are perfect for shaker cards. But for now, I'm just going to use it to pop this up. Now, you could put 3 across here so it stays more. But what I like is when I'm popping things up, especially if I'm going to pop this up as well, when you put it in the mail, it's nice if it can kind of almost not be 2 or 3 layers thick. So, you know, it stays up. Yes, it'll get squished in the mail, but it'll come back. So I don't think you need more than 2. I'm just making sure it's down so that when I peel it, it doesn't peel the foam off. I don't know why, for some reason, one way looks better than the other to me. So, try and get that centered. Okay, and then I want to add a bit of the Calypso Coral. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a wee bit of glue here and stick this down. Now, if you didn't have, you could use twine instead and add your color that way. I mean, you could even add twine here also if you wanted to, but I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't know, what do you think? In the middle or down at the bottom? Down at the bottom kind of fills this plain green, but I feel like this shows more of the flowers. What do you guys think? I'm thinking in the middle, but I'm not sure. I know there's a delay in the video, so if you're like screaming at me going, no, it should be at the bottom, I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't seen middle. Okay, middle it is. Good, because that's where I was leaning. So I don't know if you notice, I'm trying to hit my dimensionals kind of where there's no dimensionals on here. So then when it gets pushed, it's only 1 layer fat. So I won't get charged more putting it in the mail in case it gets mailed. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. They're actually weeding we're on a walkway. So, oh, except for this looks funny because now it's kind of curled. Anyways, I should have just left it without any sticky. That looks better, just hanging there. So, do you guys know the trick to taking dimensionals off without tearing things? So if you can grab it, these smaller ones are harder, especially this way, and then twist it, it comes off without tearing your paper. I just didn't like how it was making the, now it's gonna be all curled funny. Anyways, so let's try and, there we go. Okay, so you could add some more embellishments, whatever, but I think that's pretty good. So that's our first card. Our next card, we can use this one. And this one, I am pretty much doing exactly, I really liked this one because it has the nice shiny strip to it. So I'm basically making this one, but without the backing. So I'm putting it onto a basic white again, thick. I don't know, is it thick basic white? I can't even remember. I assume it's thick basic white, but maybe it's just thick white. I do not know. And then I'm just gonna put my cut card. Now, you wanna check and make sure that when you cut it, you can always cut it once it's glued down, but if you manage to cut it right down the center, it should fit your card perfectly. And even though, I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of a lip here from where I cut it and where it was scored. But that actually, if you put it on the side of your card that has the fold, it kind of just sits nicely there and you don't even notice it. So again, glue helps you be able to line it up well. You have a bit of time to kind of move it around, which is nice. This one, I think they popped up, but to me, unless I put it on another piece of cardstock, I don't like popping up like such a, I don't want to call it flimsy, but more bendable, pliable piece of paper. So I'm gonna put this one straight down. You can tell where I was stamping and my glass was messy. Went on there. Okay. So I just think this is super cute with the stamping and the polka dots, but then it's got the white instead of the yellow on the back. And then we're gonna take our sending lots of hugs here. I'm gonna do the same thing as before. I'm not gonna put too much glue because I'm gonna end up putting some dimensionals. So I'm not too worried about sticking it down. I just wanna kind of position it, and then you wanna put some thread. Why can't I think of the word? You can make a bow if you want, or you can just kind of, so I have the adhesive on the back and that's what I'm using to kind of shape that with. Kind of like that. And then, so now that it's stuck down, I can just take, I could use the strips, but I'm going to save them for when I want to make a shaker card. And I'm going to use my regular dimensionals instead. And we'll keep the thread stuck down. I really don't need this many, but I want my other piece to stick, so we'll go to town with the dimensionals here. This is like way overkill. But since I didn't pop up the other piece, this can be nicely popped up. And I'm gonna make it so that you can see as many flowers as possible. There we go. So card number 2. super quick and easy. Then for card number 3, we've got our white base. We've got our 2-inch strip of shiny. Isn't that pretty? Like, I love that paper. I like a shiny. I wish that Stampin' Up! Would come out with the foiling glimmer kind of. I mean, they have glimmer paper and foil paper, but I really like kind of the glimmer and foil machines and products that are out there to make your card that much more special. Now, for some reason, my card must be short because this is a bit long, so I'm just going to trim it so it's not hanging off and it looks like it was meant to be. I don't know where. It's like, where's my lid? I don't like leaving my glue open. And then I'm going to take my 2 pieces with the deckled rectangles and I'm just going to stamp this time my flowers similar to this, only it's a bit smaller. So if you look, this piece is not too much. It's pretty much the same. And I'm just going to use, it'll be a bit simpler though because we don't have the little flowers. We only have the big flowers and the leaf. We do have the little flowers, we just don't have the stems. So you could do the little flowers, draw in the stems, but I'm keeping this one a little more simple with the white to have more white. I used the navy, Night of Navy in my other card. I actually looked at using Night of Navy as my background, but I just didn't love it. So when I went to color it, it bled a bit because this is water-based. So I'm going to use, since I'm using my blends, I'm going to use Memento. If you were just coloring it in with regular markers or pencil crayons or something, you could totally use the Night of Navy. I just need to clean the Night of Navy off. Start with a clean slate here. I don't know what that little piece is. Okay. And then I'll come in with our Night of Navy here. And then I kind of want to be able to have the leaves there, so maybe, nope, that's exactly the same. I'm going to change it up a bit. You know what, I should have stamped my greeting first because my greeting's going on at the bottom. So I should have planned it based. So before I stamp my leaves, I'm going to stamp my greeting here. You could use a stamp positioning tool if you were worried about, see, I've got it a bit heavier. That's the one thing, the Memento is harder to get the even ink. So that one I probably should have stamped in the blue, but I did not. Oops, forgot my leaves. Forgot my leaves. Okay. Put some leaves there. Some leaves there. I don't know, do we need more leaves? What do you think? Maybe here? We need 3, because you know, it's the rule of 3s. There we go. Okay. Then you would just need to color it in. I probably don't need to bore you with the coloring. I will show you the finished one. So here I just used Petal Pink. I used the light Calypso Coral just to add a bit of dark, and then I used the dark Calypso Coral in the middle. I just used light and dark Old Olive for the leaves. So that is our third card. And then we've got our fourth one, and for this one, clean that off again. We're going to stamp our flower again, but this time you could stamp it in the blue if that's all you have, or you could use black. I decided to keep this one a lighter outline, and I am using Petal Pink, which is one of the colors. You could use the Calypso Coral on the outside if you really wanted to go darker, and then I used the Old Olive for the leaves. If you don't have the stamp pads but you have markers, you can always use those to color your stamps to add color, or you can stamp it in black and then add some color with some markers or crayons or whatever you've got. So we've got that, and then I colored it in, and then I took the back piece of our polka dot card here. So this was the polka dots, this was the front, this is the back, and then I'm going to make sure this is clean because I'm going to use a very light lemon lolly. I want it, you could use Versamark also to make a print, but this shows just a little bit better. And I'm just gonna stamp. You could, if you wanted to add more, you could add more flowers, or you can come in with the leaves. Make sure they're clean. And you can come in and add some leaves to kind of fill in the space. If you're just kind of like the polka dot background, I'm just creating some texture to this background. Okay, and then you just need to assemble it, and then you get the finished card. I stamped it in Old Olive here. I think I would stamp it either in the Night of Navy or black on this one. If I did it again, then I added some rhinestones, and that was it. So with this kit, so far I've got 8 cards. So we've got our landscape and our portrait. We've got our 2 stamped colored cards, and then we've got our 2 cards that were just like the way they were supposed to be. So so far we've got 8 cards, and we still have 2 of each of the rest of the stuff to create 8 more cards. You could create 8 different cards, or you could just copy these and make 4 of each. To then end up with 16. But I just wanted to give you some ideas on how, if you cut out a few things, you cut the cards in half. Obviously, I'll have to add envelopes because we only have, so I'll probably use the envelopes, the shiny envelopes with the ones that have the shine, although that has shine too. So I don't know, I'll decide as I go how I want to, switch up the envelopes, but for now, that is making the most of your kit. All right, hopefully that inspires you to pull out your kits and play with them, and just, if you're a beginner, do them exactly the way they are and just have fun with it. If you want more than just following instructions, here's a great example on what you can try. All right, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.